My name is Sinclair Fleming, CEO of P3 Paper Plastic Products. Every Wednesday, I answer real business questions that come in through WhatsApp from operators, founders, executives dealing with real decisions. No theory, no motivation, just actually how this works in real business life. If you're building, scaling, trying to avoid expensive mistakes, this series is for you. Now let's get into today's questions. A long-time employee is not performing, but they've been with you from the start. How do you handle that properly? The key is to have a conversation with the person. I think a lot of the times the business owner is not very versed at projecting the rest of the vision. Like when they started, they had a vision, and now that the company has expanded, maybe the vision has changed a little bit, and they just don't know where they fit inside of that change. So you have a conversation with them. If they've been with you for a long time, more than likely you have a rapport. So you go to dinner, you have multiple conversations about where we want to go as a company, how we've changed, where they see themselves in the company, where the company sees them, and then you try to work together, right? Whether you do trainings or you do different types of things. But if in fact it can't work, if the person's skill set is just off, or what normally happens, they're so used to doing things the way they are accustomed of doing it that it doesn't, that personality or skill set no longer fits in the new company that you've built. So at that point, you try to decide what severance looks like, if you could get them a different job somewhere else where they fit into the scheme of things a little bit more. So I think it's just, you don't just look at the performance, you kind of look at how things have shifted over years. The business has shifted, that team members' place has shifted. So you just try to get that on solid ground. But if it's not, if you can't get it on solid ground, you just decide how we're going to move forward from there. My business is known for being flexible. How do I tighten that without losing customers?
Correct.
Okay, so you will lose customers, and that's the beauty of it, right? Sometimes when you have too much flexibility, it causes people to take you for granted. For example, you don't open on holidays, but you've known that if a customer calls, you stop whatever you're doing and you get that done. Or when you're on holidays, or your business is doesn't offer quite that service, but they allow you to, the customer asks you to do something outside of the scope of what you normally do, and because you want to keep the customer, you normally do that. I think one of the best things you should do is put together an exact description of what your packages look like, not what the company does, because this is subjective, right? We sell food package disposables. Some people think we're just a plastic company. Some people buy dispensers from us, they think we're just an equipment company, right? But we manage ourselves as a customer service company based on what we do. So it's very critical for you to put the exact things that your company do and put them into tiers, right? At the lower level, you do this. Intermediate, you do this. Exceptional, you do this. And even if they want you to do something outside of the scope, which still you can be flexible because you started that way, you need to now add a price to that service. Oftentimes, when you add a price to that extra service, that extra hours, or it's a holiday, but you really need something and you need me to come in and you have to deliver it, no problem. But that's an extra $100 water delivery. All of a sudden, that Monday that's a holiday, those customers continuously now get their stuff on Friday or on Saturday when you're open, because they don't want to pay the $100 fee. So oftentimes, once you structure what is going to happen during the flexibility, you often don't have to be as flexible because customers find themselves in a way to save money. If you have a question you want covered, send it in. You can WhatsApp it to the number on the screen, or message it through iMessage, Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you're watching this. The more detailed the questions, the better. My name is Sinclair Fleming. Now, go take action. I'll see you next Wednesday.